A stroke survivor may be very overwhelmed with different types of medication they've been started on, when to take them, how much they need to take. So it's very, very common to feel like that. There's loads of information around to be able to help you and loads of people around to help you, lots of health professionals. The key thing, if you've got any concerns, don't feel shy, raise your concerns with anybody and they'll be able to help you out.
The questions that I asked my doctor was, with the side effects that I was experiencing from the stroke or from the tablets, what could I do about it? And also, would I be on medication for life, and was there likely to be any that were changed, and would I need to be on any additional tablets in the future?
As a health professional, it's really important that we try and work out and make sure that the stroke survivors know what's happening with their stroke and understand as much as they can about their stroke. So it's really, really good that we get asked questions, no matter how simple or difficult they are, because it helps us make sure that our patients know about what's going on. So do ask, we really want to hear your questions.
The things that worried me in particular were the side effects, and particularly the cough, because it was quite repetitive and it was keeping me awake at night. The doctor explained that specifically that the cough was related to a particular tablet, so he changed that for me, and he also explained that the other symptoms that I were experiencing were just like general in relation to the medication and not as a result of the stroke.
So with starting any new medication, there might be side effects that might affect you. They might be minor side effects or side effects that are quite mild to quite severe side effects that might impact on your health. The key thing is that if you do suffer from any side effects is to speak to someone, make sure you tell your family, and at the next available opportunity is to seek some expert help, and they'll be able to guide you as to whether you need to change your medications or to reduce the dose to help with those side effects. A stroke survivor may be overwhelmed with all the medications that they need to take, and they may just ask themselves, can I not just take them all in one go and make my life a lot easier? The important thing to do is not to do that. Each of the medications has been designed to be taken at a certain time of the day, and the dosages are designed to be taken at certain times. Do make sure you speak to someone. It may be they might be able to change your dosing regime slightly to ensure that you're not too overwhelmed with what you need to take.
I think it's really important that you should always ask your doctor, chemist, if you're seeing a member of the community stroke team, you must always ask them about the medication, because it's horrible to take something if you're not quite sure why you're taking it or what you're taking it for.
So a question you might ask yourself is, how often should I have a checkup, or when should I have a checkup after having a stroke? This will be guided upon by the healthcare professionals that are looking after you, depending on the type of stroke that you've had. It may be that you need to see the specialist in hospital, or it may be that your care can be looked after by your GP.
The only thing I was worried about when I first had my stroke is that I felt so low and so down and really miserable, really weepy. And my GP found it very, very hard to find an antidepressant that would suit me because I've got some cardiac problems. But she discussed it with a chemist and found one, and so that was great, and she knew it was probably about 6 months before she found the right one, but she knew that it wasn't getting any better, so she did work hard for me and find something that I could take.
After a stroke survivor started on a variety of medications, it might be quite overwhelming, and you may want to have a review of those medications to make sure that you're taking the right ones and the right doses. This is an excellent thing to do, and it can either be done in combination with the GP and the pharmacist. They can review your doses. For example, you might be started on medications for your blood pressure. It might be that they're working very well for you and that they may need to reduce your dose. And medication review will be an excellent opportunity for the specialist to review those medications and tailor them to suit your needs.
Yeah, with regards to the prepaid prescription, I was extremely overwhelmed by it. I didn't know if I got to pay for my prescriptions because I had been told some of the medication had got to be for life. Nobody seemed to know. I asked my occupational therapist, I asked a nurse that came from the hospital. When I actually went to see my doctor, I asked him and he suggested that I spoke with the pharmacist because they would have a form that I could fill in to apply for a prepaid prescription. There is a telephone number on the form. If you do find it difficult, then get a family member or a friend to help you, because it does allow you to pay on a monthly basis for your tablets and at a much cheaper price than if you just paid each time you went to the chemist.
I don't think you should ever be embarrassed or worried about asking a doctor about medication. At the end of the day, they're prescribing it for you, and you need to know what you're putting inside your body. So never be embarrassed, always ask, it's their job.
From my perspective, the best person is your doctor, because if you ask other people that have had strokes, they're not you. Your doctor knows your history, he knows the medication that you're on, and he or she is the best person for you to ask.
So always do ask. Maybe write it down and then bring it to your next clinic and raise it with the health professional that's looking after you, and they'll be good enough to answer those questions for you.